sports, 100% reflective. Sometimes it's Raven. Sometimes it's other teams affected. Hold on tight, strap in. It's gonna get hectic. Couch Rider Report, an original sports perspective. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your couch writer, Raven Jermaine Lockett. Hey, we made it back, folks. I'm gonna be honest with you, some of y'all was probably tripping, thinking, hey, he said he would upload and publish on Thursday nights. Well, I said that, but every time I plan, seems like life, the wife, the kids, the church, they all kind of laugh and they're like, oh, we'll show him. We'll show him the plan. Better not put no plan together. Anywho, you made it back. I'm proud of you. Thanks for coming. Hey, if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down, baby. Because sometimes I just don't know when it's going down. I'll be honest. I might publish something like 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, I probably won't publish 2 in the morning, but I will create it at 2 o'clock in the morning and then try to publish at a reasonable time frame during the business hours that would be optimal for you guys. So we'll keep this thing rocking. Today, we still don't have Ravens football yet. We don't. Rookies are back at camp. But we can talk about a couple players. A couple players that they aren't high on the radar. They're not all over Instagram. But I'm going to go over just 3 of them today. 3 names. And I think one you'll recognize straight off the bat because that's going to be the first one I talk about. And then we'll talk about the other 2. Let's talk about Daylen Hayes. 6'3", 253 pounds. I think they chose this guy because he was a Maryland native. He graduated from, I think it's Scott Line High School out of Ann Arbor, Maryland. This dude, I looked at the tape on him, and when I say tape, I'm not acting like I'm this professional tape watcher who stays in the vault forever. No, I watch Game Pass just like anybody else, do the All-22, and I make my assumptions and make my predictions, pull my stats just like that. Just like anybody else does. So when I say tape, don't take it seriously. Don't sit here and go in and say, oh, well, he thinks he's a tape watcher. No, I just watch it, and I look at it as is, and based off of my football experience and watching and playing and coaching, here it is what it is. Anyway, Daylen Hayes, like I said, he's a good power technique type of guy. He's a thunderous hitter. He's got good pursuit. He's a little handsy in man coverage, but what do you expect? He's not a DB. He's got that vet savvy. He's got really different technique when it comes to push-pull on his pass rush moves. I think somebody who I think was teaching this previously was Jason Pierre-Paul, but this was pre-firecracker incident. He was teaching about how to pull somebody into you and then push them away and vice versa, just to mix up the different pass moves. People who come from the college level to the NFL level with that set of skills already have a decent pass rush portfolio. Of course it can get better because that's what these coaches here at this NFL do, is they take it to the next level for our players. What I like about Daelin the most is his short zone pass coverage ability. You know, with Wing Martindale talking about Adolfo Way and his ability to cover on first down and second down. Well, Daelin looks like he's a guy who can cover on third down. He's got good lean. He tackles a little bit high, and I think that's either going to cause some penalties or when he runs into bigger guys like Ben Roethlisberger, he might get kind of shrugged off or something along those lines. I think he just needs to move more of that target area to more of the center of the body, or going lower towards the legs if he's tackling running back, especially if he runs across Derrick Henry. Definitely need to go a little bit lower. Don't go high on Derrick. I think Baltimore picked him up because of what he can do against the run. I think he is a decent run stopper. I ain't gonna spend all day on him because we got 2 other guys to go over, and you're somewhat familiar with Daelin. So I am very pleased to see that Daelin is going to get a chance to shine, and Baltimore doesn't look like they're going to bring in another pass rusher. If they do, cool, but I would love to see what this guy has to offer for the Baltimore Ravens this year. Next guy, Jaylon Moore, 5'11", 191 pounds, out of Tennessee Martin. Not too many players come out of Tennessee Martin. This is a wide receiver, by the way. Last player that was pretty decent that came out of Tennessee Martin came out in like 2013's draft. So we're looking forward to seeing this guy put the school on his back and make a name for himself in the NFL. He can definitely track the deep ball, and he can adjust. Those contested catches, the athletic catches, I absolutely love him. He kind of reminds me of Tim White. He plays bigger than that 5'11". You can see that on the film when you watch this guy. He was 18.2 yards per catch in 2019. Hey, guess who's second in the league right now since 2018 in yards per catch in NFL? Rashad Perriman. Oh my gosh. Ghost, of all people, is second in the league in yards per catch since 2018. Not bad. Not a bad stat. But if Jalen can bring something like that to the table for Baltimore, we can utilize the deep ball, that would be awesome. Of course, when you look deeper into this guy's profile, you can see he's a runner, he's a track star. I'm for real. He's actually a track and field sprinter. So we're really getting some world-class speed on our hands here. He broke the track record at college in the 100-meter dash. He says he models his game in an interview. He said he modeled his game after Randy Moss. After Randy Moss? I'm interested to see him bring those Randy Moss type skills to the table. I'm also looking forward to seeing him pull some of those Moss type catches like he did in this game on the film here, coming down with some big time catch. The final guy I want to talk to you about tonight is somebody who you probably recognize. If you are a Madden player, you go to this guy immediately because you want him as your user. You already know who I'm talking about, Madden folks. Chris Westry. Of course, watching and playing Madden, I wanted to know who this guy was. I wanted to know why the Ravens kept him around. But then, of course, when you go look at the depth chart or the roster, and you can see the size on him. He comes out of Kentucky. He's 6'4", 199 pounds. Above prototypical size for a corner. But he's got a decent amount of speed to go with that. The question is, can he flip those hips? I'm talking Chris Westry. He's a 2-year veteran. He's played 51 games. He's had 3 interceptions and 15 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery in college. Now, he didn't do any of that in the NFL. But he was a former Dallas Cowboy, and he's extremely fast in Madden. Like I said, you go play Madden, you play this guy, you're like, yeah, this dude is just phenomenal. He's got a little bit of an injury history with PCL and hamstring injuries. He has 2 total games active with the Cowboys, and I just don't think the Ravens know exactly what they're getting. They're very hopeful that this one turns out to be a pretty solid corner. He's probably going to be one of 6 corners battling for one spot because, I mean, when you look at the depth chart, you got Marlon, MP Juice Man, you got Jimmy, you got Tavon, you got AA. Just so many different talents right there. So he is one corner of maybe 6 fighting for one spot against all of these other young corners, whether it be Eamon Marshall or any of the other corners who helped sub in last year. They came back with a shot to try and make this roster, and it looks like he's got a pretty good shot as well. He's kind of hesitant to tackle. He's got a little bit of that Deion-itis, or should I say Coach Sanders, because Lord knows if we offend Coach Deion Sanders, he'll be coming for us on Instagram or in an interview or something along those lines. He peeks into the backfield a bit much. His hips, whenever I looked at the tape on this guy, they stay to the inside no matter what. I know that's something that needs to be coached out of, but you can see it in his high school tape, you can see it in his college tape. His hips stay to the inside, and that's a little bit of a problem. I mean, because you can get beat on the outside with a move pretty bad and deep if his hips are already on the inside. He needs to play man more, a little bit more. He can elevate on pass defenses. That's one of his strengths. So you can see him just jump up and jump out the gym when it comes to elevating at the apex of the ball and trying to bring it down or defending the pass. Like I said, there's not much out there on this guy. In fact, he only had 1 interception all of high school. So how he jumped on a high school campus or a college campus is beyond me. I think it's just they saw the size and said, hey, that guy. Yeah, that guy right there. That's the one we want. But that's all I really had to share with you guys. Between Jaylon Moore, between Chris Westry, and between Daylen Hayes, there is going to be an interesting training camp, whether it be the battles, just seeing them as individuals ball out. I'm really looking forward to this year's training camp and looking forward to this year's preseason as well. Hopefully I'll be able to attend a game or something along those lines. Maybe I'll see a few of you out there. Anyway, this is the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. This is your couch rider Raven, Jermaine Lockett. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down, baby. Hey, peace out.